Hello. All right, we are live. Okay, I'm just going to wait a few moments for people to start trickling in. Let me know when you're here. If everyone can see me that's tuning in, if you can just give me a comment just to let me know that you're here and that I am not speaking into the void. How do I... Alright guys, I don't think the comments are working. So, oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, I think they were just a little bit slow to come through. Okay, great. Hello everyone. Hi Kayla. Hi Hannah. Hi Randy. Hi Alan from Mars. Okay, great. So, welcome to part 2 of the fire choreo. So, hopefully, most of you would have tuned in last time, so you would have got up to speed. You can see that I'm doing it inside today, and hopefully, should be landscape. After last week's slight technical hitches. Oh, thanks, Lamont. Can somebody tell me if I'm landscape? Because last week that was an issue. I had no idea until afterwards that I was portrait the whole time. But yeah, so I'm inside today because it's really windy here. So I'm going to have slightly less space, and you're not necessarily going to be able to see all of me because central London flats are a thing. Okay, great. Yeah, so we might be a little bit awkward for space, but we're going to have a go because it's better that you guys can hear me rather than just the wind taking the laptop away. Okay, so we started last week with some sword choreo. It's like a kind of intermediate level for those of you that weren't here last week. I am going to whiz through the original bit, but I'm not going to break it down as slowly as I did last time so that we can get onto the extra section. Hi, hello. So it's like a kind of intermediate level. I'm using swords because they are a really easy prop to learn with. For any of you that do spin a lot, then you'll know that things like poi are really good and you can do loads of technical great stuff with, but over a video tutorial, it's just not going to happen. Hi! So yeah, we're going to go back on with the swords, and it's more of like a sort of like dance-based choreo with spinning in. But yeah, so I'm going to whiz through the beginning bit now, so let's get started. Right, so I think that I am not mirrored. So this, right now I'm holding up my right hand. I think that looks to you guys, does that look like my left hand or my right hand? If you guys can just let me know. Because that's going to alter which way you're doing things. But if at any reason you're confused about which hand you want to do it with, it doesn't really matter if it's the same way as me, just go with your dominant hand because that's the hand that you're going to be most comfortable with. So if at any reason you doubt which way to spin, if one way feels natural to you, just go with that hand. So we're going to recap from the beginning. We had our swords crossed, they're in my right hand. So my right hand grip is, my wrist is on top of the swords, not coming from below, it's going on top of the swords. So they're crossed in one hand. I don't have my finger in the middle because that's going to make it less, you're going to have less room to spin if you're keeping it too sturdy, and you're not holding it like that for long, so it's not really necessary. So crossed like this, and the swords are going to go behind your legs. So your wrist is in between. So the first part is just really slow, kind of like sexy intro bit. So your hips are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, quick, 5, 6. Your hands coming up the whole time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 and 8. It's going to do a figure of 8 round. From behind, that looks like this. So if the middle part of your leg is the 8, you're going to have one part of the 8, then the second part of the 8 and up. So just once again, I'm only whizzing through this first part because we did it last week, but this is just a reminder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You're going to lick your finger. 1, 2, go down the fire as if you're playing with the flame. 3, 4, 5, and then for 6, 7, 8, you're going to go swoop down. 6, 7, 8. Sorry that you can't quite see all of me, but my hand's doing that. Just so you know. So you're going to go 6, 7, 8. The whole time they are in my right hand. Let me just check the comments. Okay, so once again, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Lick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go down 6, 7, 8. Actually, I'm going to move this just up a little touch so that you can see my hands. Hopefully that should be better. So for the next section, you're just going to do a series of rolls going about your body with both swords in the same hand. So that you're going to start from the top. They're going to go behind your head for 2. 1, 2. You're going to go across your body. 3 and down. So if I go from the top, turn around, that is 1, 2. Going across your body, 3 and down. And then behind, 5, and in front, 6. So that is 1, 2 behind the head. Cross over, 3, 4 and down. Go behind your body, 5, in front, 6. That's the same movement, just behind, in front. And then your wrist is going to push your hands up. You're going to go above your head and then below your head. So that is the whole thing together. 1, 2, 3 and down. Behind, in front, above, below. So if I'm just using one sword, it'll make it a little bit easier for you to see. It's going to go like this. Behind the head, across and down. Behind, in front, above, below. Let me just check the comments, see if I'm going too fast. If anyone is having issues with me going too fast, then you can always go back to the first live, which is saved on the page, to watch the first bit really in depth. For those of you that have only just popped in, I'm just whizzing through this first bit and then we're going to properly learn the second bit today. Hi Tita, by the way. So there goes 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3 and down, behind, in front, above, below. You're going to ball change going round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Separate the swords. 6. Roll 7, 8. Trying to get in the picture. 7, 8. So just to finish that section, you go round, 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 round. Whichever way you want to go. Separate the swords and 7, 8. So altogether that is from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Lick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go down 6, 7, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Above, below. Ball change. Turn round and round. Round, round, round. Separate. 6, 7, 8. Okay. Tune in. Hey Emma. Ciao, ciao. Okay, right, I'm going to keep moving on so that we have time to do the other bit in depth. Wow, I am glad that I didn't do it outside today, guys, because it has just started absolutely heaving it down. So that was a bit of luck that I stayed inside. That would have been quite funny, though. It would have been a fail, but it would have been funny. But actually, it would have been funny if it happens to someone else. Anyway, 7, 8. So now you're going to split time. I'm going to go to my right hand side, but if your dominant is your left, you can go that way. I'm actually left-handed, but for the purposes of this video, I am doing everything to my right hand because most people are right-handed. So one hand is going like this. I'm going to exaggerate it so you can, obviously I wouldn't be doing it like this, but it's so you can see what I'm doing. So my wrist is opening and then going down. Open, go down. Open, go down. The other one joins in and it does the same thing to the same side. But because you're going to the same side, the other one is starting with the wrist up and the other one is starting with the wrist open. So when you put it together, it looks like this. If I turn to the back, it looks like this. So you're going to do 3.5 of those. So you go right, left, right. The left one carries on, the right one stays. So it catches up with it. So the left one just does an extra half, and then you've got the same thing, but you've got your hands are in the same position, but they're just going opposite ways. So that goes, so you've gone 7, 8, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 and, sorry. 1, 2, 3, and then your both your swords are going to go back on themselves, go in, an in circle, behind the head circle, behind the knee circle, in front of the knee circle. So when you put that together, it goes like this: in front, behind, behind, in front. In front, behind, behind, in front. Quicker. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and then in front, behind, behind, in front. Now keep that circle going. Your right hand is going to go in front, and they're going to do the same thing, but just going opposite ways. The other one, so you're going to go front, like this motion. Then one at a time, you're going to take turns with your working hands. So if you want your dominant hand to be your left hand, you can go left first. If you want it to be your right, you're going to go right first. So it goes in front. And then your dominant hand, this one pauses. Your dominant hand is going to go do a circle in front, a circle behind your head, and down. That's it. It's just 2 circles. Together, that goes swap, swap, pause, 2 circles. You can do it the other way. So your left is going to lead now. And then circle, circle behind, and down. It's just 2 circles. It's one of those weird sort of optical illusions where it looks more complicated than it actually is. So when you put it together, it goes like this. So timing wise, we're going to go back to this bit from 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, in front, behind, behind, in front, and right. Up and down, and then left. Up and down. And that is, counts wise, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. All right, just keeping up with comments. Okay, cool. So, whiz. Just gonna make sure that we're okay with time. Whiz. We're gonna finish this section and then we'll do it to music. And then we'll get learning that new section for those of you that are here for that. So from the beginning, whiz. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Lick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And behind the head. In front, down, behind, in front, above, below. Go round in a circle. Split the swords, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, in front, behind, in front, split, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7, and 8, and sorry. Okay, we're right, 7, and 8, and 2, oh God, I forgot my choreography then. Okay, so this is where we got to last week. So this is going to be the new bit. So we got to 7 and 8 and you just need to do, I think it's called a reel, one of these. I can't remember the names of everything. So you're just going to do a quick one of those, a really easy move for those of you that don't know it. It looks like you're kind of doing like an and sign, you know, one of those. That's how I think about it anyway. So your right hand is going to be in front, your left hand is going to be behind, and you're going to flick your swords to go to one side. It helps if you move your body behind you, and then they kind of do a circle, and then they come out. So that's a really exaggerated version, obviously. But then once you get the movement, you get the feel for the movement, you can just go like that. Okay, so you've gone 7 and 8 and. So you go and 2. So that's 1 and 2. And then you're going to pause 3 and 4. Cross to your side. So like that. Cross to your side. And 2 and 4. 5, come to the front. And go straight up. And look down, 7, 8. So that is and 2 and 4, 6 and 7, 8. Come out to a V. I think I'm going to, for this portion, I think I'm just going to tilt you a little bit higher so that you can see my arms. So you're going to go the reel, cross to the front. You're getting like a little pause everywhere. To the front, go up, look down, 7, 8. They're going to open to a V. Your feet come together if that's more comfortable for you. You can actually do it with your feet apart, I don't really mind, but I think I automatically do that, find it more comfortable. So to a V, and then they go back on themselves, go round and up, and then they're going to spin 4 times, alternating. So that spin, for those of you that don't know it, is you're basically doing the same thing, but opposition arms. It's a similar feeling to doing a windmill, except that you're going inwards. So I'm just going to break that down quickly. So if you're going to use your right hand first, if you're right-handed, and you're going to go in front of you, it's going to do a circle in front of you. Your wrist is then going to turn over, so now my wrist is facing the sky, and it's going to go behind me to finish. So you just do that with one hand until you feel comfortable with that. The second hand is going to do the same thing, but it's going to start the other way. So if your right hand is going to go in front, that means your other hand is going to go behind. And your wrist is going to be up because this one is down. So now you know which way you're going. You're going to go behind, in front, behind, in front. It's just your wrist is turning over and then going back down. So once you get comfortable with doing that with your other hand, you can easily put them together, which looks like this. So whichever way around you want to do it, doesn't matter. Okay, so when we put that into the choreography, it looks like this. You're up in the cross, so you're going to go V, round, go back up to the top, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, that's on 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think 7, 8, or it might be 1, 2, 3, 4. The counts will become clear. You do 4 of those, bring it round to the front, and finish down in a V. It's quite slow, so you don't need to feel like you're rushing. We'll do that circuit once more. V, round in front of you, cross your arms over, they go back up to the top, and then they separate. One's going to go in front, one's going to go behind. You do 4 exchanges of these, come out of it, down into a cross, and into a low V. Okay, so let's put that whole first section together. Hi Gillian, I do have Instagram and it's @PennyValent. So I'm going to put that all together and we're going to do it with music. So I'm going to type now in the comments the track that I'm using. You don't by any means have to use this track. The reason why I have chosen it is because it's a really medium tempo. So this whole choreography is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's really easy, and it means that you can basically take this and transfer it to anything that's got the same tempo. So I'm going to put this in here just so that you can, for the purposes of this video, so you've got it. But if you want to practice to another song, by all means go ahead. So that's that. So it's called Shotgun Jade de la Fleur. Okay, so I'm going to put that on now on my speaker. Hopefully it won't cause any funny problems with the feedback or anything. So I'm going to put that on now so that you can see it, and then I'm going to give you 2 minutes to go away and have practice, and then we will carry on. So I'm just going to connect it to my speaker. And if anyone can let me know if they can hear things all right, that would actually be very helpful. So if you can hear this, please type in the comments now. If you can hear that, that would be great. And then I can show you how this section looks with the music. Can anyone hear that? Turn up a bit more. 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go round in a circle and then split the swords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Behind in front and split. And up and 7 and 8 and round and cross. Okay. So that's basically, oh great, thanks. So that's basically what it looks like with the music. Obviously I know that I've really rushed through that first section, but it's just so that we can get to the good stuff that's after. Hopefully you guys are all fine with it. I'm just going to go over that new bit and then give you the 2 minutes to go away and have a practice. So, you've gone to, what did we do before that? You've gone in front, behind, behind and front. This section from last week, blah, 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 blah. So you're here. You're going to do a reel behind and 2, 3 and 4, sorry, and 2, and in front, that's what I did, sorry, I told you that a bit wrong. 1 and 2, you're going to go straight to the front, and 4, 5, and look down, 7, 8. So that is 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 7, 8, V, cross, cross, da, 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 cross and down. So the timing of that is 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 7, 8. V, cross, switch, 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 and V. Okay, guys, so have your 2 minutes to have practice now. I'm going to do it once through with the music just so that you can, sorry, not with the music. I'm just going to go through the whole thing just so that if at any point you need to look up and catch a particular bit, I'm doing it. I think I'll do it from the back this time actually so that you can see a different angle. So I'm going to go through it slowly from the beginning. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go round in a circle, split the swords, roll, roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, front, behind, front, switch, switch. 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and look down, 7, 8, V, round, switch, 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 and low V. Okay guys, so I hope that you had a good practice, and we are going to move on to the next section. So in the next bit of the track there is a slow bit to help reset. Because it doesn't matter what song you're doing it to. I'm just going to miss out this slow section because it's not really necessary to choreograph to, and just go straight on to another fun spinning bit. So for that next section, we're going to start with our arms crossed. I'm going to move you up again a little bit just so that I think it's quite, that's better, isn't it? Okay, so to start this section, your arms are crossed behind your head. Sorry, on top of your head. I've got my right one in front because I'm going to swoop down. So if you feel like your right hand is your dominant hand, do the same. If your left is your dominant, you're going to want to switch. So your right one is in front. It's going to swoop down. Keep those arm lines nice and long, nice and straight. And keep on going up, and you're going to windmill. You need 4 of those and another swoop. So it's basically the same thing that we did before. It's almost the same as this, except that it's a follow and chase. So I'm going to break that move down for those of you that don't know it. So your right hand is going to go behind, in front, behind, in front. Your left hand is going to do basically the same thing, but a little, can you see there? A little moment after the right one has done it. So when it goes slowly, it's actually really hard to go slowly, you can see how my left hand is just a little fraction behind my right hand. It's the same movement of going the wrist down below, facing below, and then facing up. The wrist is going down, and at the same time, your sword should naturally fall into place of doing 2 circles. But if you kind of forget about the circles for now, if you're learning it, once you concentrate on the wrist, the hand will follow. So from here, we're going to go down, down. The left one comes up, and the left one goes behind the head, and then in front. The left one is going behind, in front, behind, in front. The wrist is going open and down, open and down. If you put it together, it looks like this. Now with swords, it's actually much harder to do a windmill than it is with poi. If you're used to doing poi, you'll know that you're taught to really keep your wrists together because that gives you a nice clean effect. With swords, it's really not possible. So instead of trying to keep my wrists together, I think about doing a windmill, going forwards and back almost. You have to kind of separate a gap this way. So they're not like this, they're like this, because otherwise you're going to be bashing the hilts together and it's not pretty. So I'll do it from the side actually. I feel like that's a good angle for you to be able to see. Instead of doing it like here with poi, I'm going to open my wrists. And you can, I'm really exaggerating it right now, but you can see how I'm kind of going forwards and back with the arm to be able to get enough space to do it nicely. So you've got a sweep on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can fit in as many as you like, really. Try and aim for 4, but if this move is new to you and you're really struggling to get your wrists moving that fast, you can just do 2. But the swoop down is the nice bit. That's what gives you some contrast to the windmill. So after your third swoop out of it, you're going to turn to your side, to my right side, and might be to your left side on the computer. You're going to turn to the side that you were swooping to, and just 2 single backwards rolls. Hands up and across. Go down. Windmill. Another swoop. Windmill. And a swoop. Back, back. I'm going to check with the music because I think I might be doing 2 windmills on the second one, on the second lot of windmills, but I just want to check and make sure that I tell you right. Okay, no, it's the same amount. It's the same amount both times. So that makes it easier. So you are going to swoop, windmill, 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 swoop, windmill, windmill, windmill. Swoop again. Go to your right side, go to your swooping side, and 2 single rolls going backwards. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3. You're going to push back 4. It's a shame you can't really see my feet. I'm sorry about the confined space, but my feet are going to be like this, just in a central position with both my legs bent. And then I'm going to push back and push forwards with a roll. So your weight is just going back and forth. So windmill, swoop, windmill, swoop again, split, split, push back, pull back forwards with a roll down. Oh yeah, Hannah, that would be so nice. Yeah, if anyone does have videos to show us, that would be great. I would love that. Get really excited when people got sending videos of doing my choreography. So, swoop, windmill. I'll adjust the camera in a minute. Windmill, swoop, roll, roll, go back, forwards, down. So the timing of that is and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8 and 1, 2 and 3. Wait 4, push 5, 6, 7, 8. That's quite slow because when I was outside I was going to do something a lot bigger, but now I'm inside. So I'm doing something a lot smaller. So you've got some time on that. So you are going to go and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8 and 1 and 2 and 3, miss 4, push 5, 6, 7, 8. Moving on, you are going to step forwards on your right leg. Oh no, wait, sorry. You actually step forwards on that roll. So you push back, and then when you flip the swords and do a roll down, you are actually going to step on that foot as well. But then you need to have the other one to go the other way. So from here, you push back and then take a step when it goes down. Moving on, you're going to cross to that side just to prepare you to go the other way. So I'm going to lift the camera again just so you can see what my arms are doing. You're basically just going to do big circles. No fancy rolls or anything, it's just big planes. So you're here. You're going to cross, prepare, and then your right arm is going to lead you going back across the front. Oh no, wait, that's wrong, sorry. You're just going to do to the front first. 2 long circles, right arm, left arm. Then on the next one, your right arm, your leading arm, is going to go all the way down, go back up, and so it looks like you're actually going backwards this time. So it's just one big smooth transition. So you're here, you're going to go right, left, then they're going to take you around, go down to the floor, it's going to carry on back going, and you're going to go left, right. So it's one big thing. Unfortunately, now I'm inside, I can't really do it full out, lest I break something. So you're here. You're going to go right, left, spin round, backwards, backwards. Carry on with your right hand, so you've got them in front of you. You're going to let this one, you're just going to let this one rest for a minute. Don't worry, don't think about this one. You're going to use your right hand, or your working hand, to go behind the head, down, and then this one is going to catch on and come down. So that will lead into the next move. It will all become clear in a moment. When you're here, having finished those big arm rolls, that way, then that way, they're both in front of you. The left arm rests for a moment, it doesn't do anything, and you're going to go do a circle behind your head, and then it's going to come down in front, and they're going to join together. So from here, that's just behind and down. Behind and down. So if we go back to here, you're crossed, and you're going to drop your right hand first, right, left, go down, all the way around, left, right, come back up, together. They're going to go behind your head, one behind your head, and down. So when that's fast, when you have a lot of room, it can just really nicely keep going, and your body is moving around with it. So when it's all sped up, it looks quite fluid, but unfortunately, we're inside. So let's go back to the whole beginning of that section. So you're going to start in the cross above, and you're going to swoop, then windmill. 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and another swoop. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and last swoop. 1, 2 and 3. Wait, 4. Push 5. Go back the other way. Go to the front. 6. Roll down 7, 8. Cross 1, 2. Oh, keep doing that. I'm sorry. Cross 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then on 7, 8, you're going behind head 7 and down. So it doesn't really matter in your own time, because I know some people, if you have shoulder problems, and sometimes that can feel quite tough. If you have especially tight shoulders or tight on one side, doing your other one, although it's such a simple move, some people can find that really hard. So if that is really hard for you, then use your body more to get yourself round, and also don't worry about trying to do it really fast. So you're here. So you're going to go swoop, swoop. One more time. I'm going to keep trying to do it. I'm going to try and do it to speed now. So you're going to go, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. I think that's right. Could even be a little bit faster. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. And try and not take out your living room as you're doing it. Okay, so I'm going to show you that with the music all together from the new spinning section. Swoop. Windmill, windmill, swoop. Windmill, 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 swoop. And 3, wait, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Okay, so I'm going to do that again, but I'm going to face the other way so that you can see behind me, because I think the mirroring thing could be potentially confusing. So I'm going to do it again, just exactly the same, but facing the back. It's going to be quite confusing for me doing it the other way now. You know, when you get used to doing something one way. It's like when your dance teacher used to take the mirrors away. He used to be like, no, I can't remember what I'm doing anymore, just because I'm facing a different way. So we'll see. Swoop. Who's doing it the other way? Guys, that was such a fail. You know when you automatically, you're just facing a different way and your brain just stops working? That's exactly what just happened to me. I bet if I hadn't said it, then that wouldn't have happened. It's supposed to be from the back. It was supposed to be this way. So I'm going to go through that again from here, and then we're going to move on and teach the final part of it. So you're here at the cross and the windmill, and you're going to go 6, 7, 8, go down, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, miss 4, push 5, 6, go down 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, cross to the other way, switch the other way, sorry, 8, and, so sorry, that goes 7, 8, and, so moving on, you should have your hands in like this kind of like funny off-kilter position, because you're basically going to keep sweeping around the other way to keep going. So you finished here, and you're going to go put your swords down by your knees, you're going to come up the other side, and you're going to go right, left, split time, backwards. So you're here, your right hand would have gone behind your head and down, straight into a split time backwards. So you're here. Don't resist the temptation, sorry, to not go down. I think if you're moving your body too much, you'll forget to go down first, and it's really important that you do that down, because otherwise the rest of the move doesn't work. So here, go behind your head, down, down, split. You're going to do the same split again, but you're going to do it by your shoulders and then going behind your head. Split, split. So it's exactly the same thing, it's just in a different place. So it's right, left, and you're moving your shoulder as you do it. So the back hand goes like this and ends up in the front. The front hand goes and ends up behind. So it's just another one of those real things, basically, except split. So split, and then a split reel. Back, 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 back. When you do it fast, you don't necessarily have to wait for each portion to be done before you move on to the next one. As you get more fluid, it can just be a gradual thing that's happening. It's gradually building as it goes around you, if that makes sense. So when we're here, you go behind your head, down, back, back, split over the shoulders, and then you're going to do a front weave with the swords. Weaves with swords are, generally speaking, quite difficult. They don't quite work because you've got this like big bit of hilt getting in the way. But you can manage one. You can't really do long sections of them because they just look a bit ugly with something that's basically not foil. So we're just gonna do one forwards weave, and then we're gonna do part of a backwards weave to finish. So when you're here, you should have your body to a diagonal. So here, body to a diagonal, and I'm going to do a front weave, and I'm going to drop my right hand first. It helps with the swords if you let go, because you know, like with other kinds of equipment, say if you were holding it here, you wouldn't guide. You would just let the thing swing. You don't guide it round. It's the same principle with swords, but you just have to let the guide. You have to let it go, and it past your elbow. So if you do that, if you can get that feeling with a weave, that really helps. Because otherwise you're going to have this kind of effect with this bit, and it's not hot. So you're here. Your right one's going to let go first. Let that circle, like we just talked about, go. And then you can pass the left one underneath. And then when you finish the left circle, it can do the exact same thing where you let go here. That really helps with the weave with swords. So we're here. We've just done the split time. And I'm going to do it forwards first. I'm going to let my right one go, My left one is going to go over. The left one goes over. Sorry, it's really confusing to teach really slowly. I don't know if any of you have ever noticed that, but you can do it fast, but teaching it slowly is a really weird thing, isn't it? So, like that. There we go. Obviously, the more you can try and do it without moving your shoulders is the best, but with swords it's not going to be possible to do it really nicely. So you're going to do a first portion of the forward weave, and then instead of finishing it, you're going to finish the second side, but instead of going into the 3-beat, you're going to go down, down, and just do a 2-beat weave backwards. The first part of a 2-beat weave backwards. So you go back, back, down, down, back, back, front, and then you open. So you don't need to finish either part of the weave. That's the only way it works. So try and remember to come out at the right time. So if we go back to the beginning, back, 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 and then first part of your weave, don't go into the 3-beat weave, drop down, back, and open. Does that make sense? Let me check the comments. If this is not making sense to your brain, because weaves are a funny thing, actually spinning is a funny thing in that it can look completely different in your brain to someone else's. So somebody else can see it in planes, somebody else can see it in what their wrists are doing, and if somebody's explaining to you in a certain way that doesn't make sense to you, then it's like they're speaking a different language. So if I'm not explaining it to you in a way that makes sense to your brain, let me know. But for now, I'm just going to keep going. So we're going back, back. You're doing your split reel behind your shoulder. Back, back. Now I'm going to do the first part of my front weave. So it's going over and under, and then this one is going to go over the back side, and then the left one's going to finish it. Rather than carrying on, when you're here, you're going to split those, leave them split, to go down the other side and do the reverse. Open them, let them go back, 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 open. So that backwards weave, you only do a single weave and then you don't even finish it. So it's actually really easy. Back, back, so your right hand's going back, back. You're going to do one more circle, back, and open. So you've got your 3 circles of the reverse to open. So for the front one, you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got 4 circles. And then for the back one, you're just doing 1, 2, 3, and open. Does that make sense? Okay, so from here, we're going back, back, split over the shoulder. Do your 4 loops for your single weave forwards, and then your 3 loops to finish to open. So when that's all together, it's going to look like this. I'm going to try and exaggerate that so that you can see what my arms are doing, and then I'm going to try and do it nicely and more neatly. But for now, I'm going to try and exaggerate it so you can see where the movement is coming from. So it's coming from the right, then the left, then the right and then the left. And then I'm going to go circle, circle to my front side, circle, circle to my front side. And then I'm going to do circle, circle to my back side, going down to the front, and then back, back to the front, and open. So I am going to put that all together, and then we're going to do the whole thing. So that's the end of it. We're going to try it all together, that final section. I'm going to put it with the music, and then we're going to do the whole thing. And then you can go away and practice it and tag me in the video. So, from the beginning. Windmill. So you're going to go swoop, swoop, windmill, 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 swoop, swoop, windmill, 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 swoop, swoop, turn, and 3, wait 4, push 5, 6, 7, go down, cross 1, 2, 3, 4, go down, switch the other way, 5, 6, 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8 and 1. So that's the whole thing. I am going to do that with the music for you now so that you can see the timing. So I'm going, if you've got that track up, I'm going to 1 minute 30 on that shotgun track, and I'm going to play it from there. You can pick it up straight away. It will be, I think that comes in at count like 6, 7, 8 maybe, and we're going to go straight from that windmill bit, from the cross at the top. 6, 7, 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 5 6 7 8 and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 5 and 6 and 7 8 and 1. Okay, so I hope that timing made sense to you. I am going to go through the whole thing. I'm going to do it all from all to counts. Then I will show you guys, and then that brings us up to probably about an hour. Hey Cara. Fire swords, you can get them from lots of different circus suppliers, so it depends on where you are in the world. We buy from, if you're in the UK, you can buy from Oddballs, or you can buy from Cascade. You can also buy direct from Gora, who are the manufacturer, and they're in Hungary. You can also buy from Home of Poi. I think Home of Poi is in New Zealand. I'm not sure. Depends where you are in the world. I'm not too clear on American companies, unfortunately, because we don't buy from the States unless we're there. So I can only really tell you about the rest of the world, but they're the people that we buy from. That's Oddballs, Cascade, both in the UK. Gora are in Hungary, and Home of Poi, I think, are in New Zealand. Let me know if anybody knows any other good juggling shops. That would be really helpful. I hope that clears that out. Okay, so I'm going to go from the top, and then I'm going to do it to the music. So if you remember, way back when in the beginning, cross grip behind your legs, and 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go 6, 7, 8. Behind the head, in front, down, behind, in front, above, below. Go round in a circle. Split the swords. Roll and roll. Split. And in front, behind, behind, in front. Switch. And 4 and 5, 6, 7 and 8, and reel and cross. Go up, look down, 7, 8. Open to the V, go round, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then there's a pause in the music where we would reset or freestyle normally, and then we're going to go back into the next spinning section, which starts from here. 7, 8. Swoosh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, miss 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cross. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Split. Shoulder forwards. 6, 7, 8, and 1. And that's the whole thing. So, I'm going to do the whole thing for you now with the music, and then we are just about on time. So, whole thing coming up. 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3. So split the swords, roll and 2, 3, 4. In front, behind, and right. The left now. 1 and 2 and 4, 5 and 7, 8. Open, cross, and down. So now we reset, or somebody would freestyle, or you do some kind of posing, or if you're in a track that doesn't have a soft bit, you go straight into the next spinning section. Arms above your head. You're going to swoosh first. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1. Split and forwards. 6, 7, 8, and 1. Okay. So that is the full thing. Obviously, I know that I raced through quite a lot of that, so it's probably information overload for the people actually learning in real time. If you have any questions, then I will be on the... God, can you see that? I'm sweating a little bit. It's quite warm in this room. I will be on the Instagram all day. You can also message me here on the Facebook. Please, please, please send me your videos of you doing the choreography, because I absolutely love it. Yeah, and so if there are any parts of the choreography that you're less good at, then we are going to be doing Zoom classes, we think. So we've had some requests for Zoom classes and for aerial and fire stuff. So we thought that we could do some different levels of things. So, you know, for people that are really good at spinning but want to improve their choreography abilities, or for people that are great dancers but want to improve their spinning, and we can do it in all different sorts of props. So please send us a message if that interests you and tell us what exactly that you would like to take a class in, so that we can organise something. We feel really excited about doing it, so you can take a class with any number of the girls. We all have very different skills, so there will be someone to learn something from. Yeah, so please send us a message if that interests you. We have up next on the schedule, we have Tita tomorrow. She's, I think, doing 1 p.m. on her boat, and probably doing some absolutely delicious meals as ever. So I'm going to tune into that tomorrow, and I hope to see you there. But thank you very much for tuning in to me, guys. Lots of love. Have a wonderful weekend.